Hey guys, so movies take a long time to make, some longer than others. But today, we're going to take a look at films that were so stuck in development hell they never saw the light of day. These are movies that are interesting to me, and I wonder what they could have turned out to be. So let's take a look at the top 3 canceled movies. Number 3. Monsters Inc. 2, Lost in Scaradise. One of the Pixar movies to not get an official sequel, but rather a prequel. This film was planned in the 2000s. You see, Pixar was ending its deal with Disney to look for other distributors, but Disney still owned the rights to Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Toy Story. So they decided to found a studio called Circle 7, which would make direct-to-video films of Pixar films, like Disney Toon Studios. And the plot would revolve around Mike and Sully traveling the human world to search for Boo after she mysteriously disappeared. Circle 7 also planned a Toy Story 3 and a Finding Nemo 2. But all those projects got scrapped after Disney bought Pixar for $7.4 billion, and thus, Circle 7 was shut down. Although Toy Story 3 and Finding Nemo 2 eventually got made, Monsters Inc. 2 never materialized. However, we are getting somewhat of a sequel with the upcoming Disney Plus series, Monsters at Work. Although, Sully and Mike are not going to be the protagonists, that's this new monster right here. Which is kind of disappointing, but it's better than nothing, right? Number 2. Treasure Planet 2. In my opinion, Treasure Planet is among the greatest Disney films of all time, right up there with The Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and many others. Disney was not only planning a sequel to Treasure Planet, but an entire TV series. Why didn't the sequel ever get made? Well, because the first Treasure Planet bombed at the box office. It bombed so hard that Disney canceled all plans to continue the Treasure Planet series. And it sucks we'll never get to revisit that world. It's imaginative, creative, and intriguing. The plot was to revolve around Jim and his days at the academy, hinted at the end of the last movie, when all of a sudden the villainous Ironbeard, voiced by Willem Dafoe, captures the super fast vessel, the Centurion, to free all pirates and go on a ravaging and killing spree. This sequel had real potential, and it sucks that we'll never get to see any of these plans materialize. It looks like they would have expanded the universe of Treasure Planet and taken us to a bunch of cool places. Sadly, this forgotten treasure will be lost for all eternity. And the number 1 canceled movie is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. This is the canceled movie that I would like to see them revive the most. After the terrible ending of Spider-Man 3, this was a chance to revive the brilliance of the first 2 films. One of the things that really irked me about Spider-Man 3 was Peter and Mary Jane's relationship tearing apart and never having any kind of conclusion. We don't know if they got back together. We don't know if their relationship worked out okay. This could have been the film to fix all the mistakes that Spider-Man 3 left in its wake. Sam Raimi really wanted this to be the redemption of the Spider-Man franchise. But thanks to the corporate pinheads at Sony, this project was killed off. And it really sucks that we will never get this movie on the big screen. We'll never see the conclusion of Peter and Mary Jane's romantic arc. A lot of the characters that were planned for this movie were recycled in later Spider-Man films. The Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, the exact same idea. Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home, he was played by Bruce Campbell actually. In this movie, I mean. I find that kind of hilarious since Bruce Campbell was a cameo in every single Spider-Man film leading up to this one. And I think those are all the ideas that were recycled from this one. This Spider-Man movie had a lot of potential to be great. And I often wonder what would have happened if Spider-Man 4 actually did get made. But we'll never know. Spider-Man 4 is the canceled project I would like to see revived the most. It crushed my heart when they canceled it. It really sucks that we will never get to see this movie. I consider Spider-Man 4 the number 1 canceled movie of all time. So guys, let me know what you think. What is the canceled movie you'd like to see get revived? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys later.